Hi guys, I'm over at our Walmart here and I'm just going to do some last minute Christmas shopping, but we have this train and I thought it would be kind of cool to do my video in front of this train instead of sitting in my car. The thing I've been thinking about a lot this morning is how there's kind of two different ways to do our brain retraining as far as like incremental training, like dealing with our triggers, and whether it's food or chemicals or how much we do physically, that kind of thing, when we're challenging ourselves. So I've kind of discovered that there's two main ways to do it, and one is the incremental training and one is the bring it on method. And I've been doing the brain retraining for about 10 months and I've kind of been sticking to the incremental training kind of thing, even though even with that I haven't done a great job with it, because I've taken it so slow, because when I get the symptoms and they're too uncomfortable, I stop doing it. And so it's been a really long process for me with introducing foods, because doing it the incremental training way, I would take a couple of bites of something and then maybe the next day have a little more, but then after a couple of days the symptoms get really bad and then I back off again and I avoid for like weeks or months and never get back to the food. So I'm not really accomplishing anything. So lately I've been doing more of eating some foods that have been issues for me, and I've been trying to push through the discomfort. And recently learning more about this bring it on method, where you basically just go for it. Like, you literally have to just start eating the foods. Like, they say that just eat the foods. Like, you will not get better if you don't eat the foods. You have to just eat the foods, deal with the symptoms, no matter how bad they are, and just keep going. And eventually your brain is going to get the idea and the symptoms will dissolve after dissolve, whatever. The symptoms will go away. So I've kind of been going more down that road the past week or so. Like, I made myself some meatballs and spaghetti, gluten-free, but still meatballs and spaghetti, a few days ago, which I had tasted 2 bites of a meatball months ago at my daughter's house, but then I stopped there. I never went beyond that, which tends to be what I do, so it doesn't get me anywhere. But this time I made meatballs and pasta the other day and I ate it for dinner, and I actually did okay with it. I felt okay the next day. And then I had it yesterday for lunch, and then I had more yesterday for dinner. Well, my symptoms have definitely gotten a lot worse, and I'm extremely uncomfortable today. So my natural instinct, and what I usually do, is I'm like, oh, I can't take it anymore. Nope, I gotta pull back now. I gotta start eating differently and trying to figure out how to fix this so I can feel better. But the thing is, that's what I always do. And then I get nowhere, I go backwards. I don't teach my brain that I can have those foods. I teach my brain that, you're right, brain, I get symptoms, so I'm going to stop. So I have to do this differently. So I'm sort of at that place where I'm like, I wanna do the bring it on method, but it's gonna take a lot of courage and strength and really being strong enough to withstand the sensations that I get and the symptoms. So I'm trying to do this. And I was wondering, like, how do you guys feel about this? Like, do you feel more comfortable with the incremental training where it's very slow and gentle, you don't stress your brain out too much? Because I know people do succeed that way. A lot of people in DNRS, that's how they do it. Or there's this bring it on method, and people succeed that way too, but it's a lot more brutal. But both ways work. You know, I'm realizing more and more with brain retraining, there is not just one way to do this. There are different ways to do it. So what do you guys think about that? How do you feel about incremental training versus the bring it on method? Definitely the bring it on method takes a lot more stick-to-itiveness and you know, getting through those uncomfortable symptoms and stuff. So just wanted to share that, and hope you guys have a great day. Bye.